Good afternoon, everybody. It's Steve with Real Progressives. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating this day. I want to say this. Thanksgiving means a lot of things to a lot of different people. Some people have a real big problem with today, and I certainly understand it, and it's their right to feel about it any kind of way they need to, history being what it is. But there's enough days out of the year. There are plenty of days out of the year that we have to feel morose about the Donald Trump presidency, morose about our economic situations, morose about neoliberalism and its effect on our lives, about the wars we get into. Every single day we have something to be dismayed about, to be upset and disgruntled. And for one day, we've got vegans who don't want to see us eating turkeys. That's their right to complain. The people maybe want to eat a turkey. Then you've got people that would recommend that you look back to the beginning of this country as far as the colonization of this country and the genocide of the Indians, and they will tell you not to celebrate today because, hey, it's got this bad history to it. But what about people who need something to feel grateful for, who need to not cut their wrists, who need to have a moment of downtime, who just need to be able to be for a moment? What about those people? At what point in time do they get a right to not have to be living in complete and utter despair? At what point can they just simply embrace a day of downtime with their families and give thanks? It doesn't have to mean that they're worshiping the pilgrims. It doesn't mean that they have to worship white power. It doesn't mean that they have to worship patriarchy. It doesn't mean that they have to worship the slaughter of innocent turkeys. It doesn't mean that they have to worship any other capitalistic environment situation where they're running off and spending money. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't have to mean that. Can't we have a day where we just don't look at how dark and bleak the world is just for a minute so we can recharge our batteries? Or do we have to always go around with our face long and our arms long like we've been carrying a load? Do we ever allow ourselves a moment to breathe? Or do we have to literally make every single day the most painful day we've ever experienced other than the day before? Is each day got to ratchet up the painfulness that we have to experience? Does each day have to be something that we can't find a way to make a positive statement for? Just because it may have a negative connotation, can't we reclaim these things? Can't we reclaim them for ourselves, for our families? Or do we always have to sit there with our face long and angry and spittle coming off of our lips, raging? I think so much of our movement is tainted by this urge for every possible thing that we could possibly get the slightest bit of joy from, that we somehow or another force people to feel miserable. Like shoving their nose, like shoving some puppy, shoving their nose in dog shit. Like that really, really helps them learn to be house trained. Somehow or another, if you're miserable every single day, it's doing something positive for the world. That just doesn't add up. And I guess what I'm saying to you all is, on this day, this Thanksgiving Day, it doesn't have to be what anyone else tells you it's about. It can just be about you rekindling time with your family. It can be about you recharging your batteries. It can be about you taking a moment to breathe instead of looking at everything that is so deep, dark, and bleak, so that you don't have to suffer despair for maybe one day. Take a break from all the despair. I think that our movement has this problem, that if they see someone smile, it's like Bergentown in the Trolls movie. We get one chance to be happy, and that's if we eat a troll. We get one chance, and we're always moping around, woe is us, everything's bad, everything's bleak. And we wonder why we can't grow our numbers. We wonder why we can't bring people into the fold. And it's like, well, in order for you to be a good lefty, In order for you to be a good leftist, you got to hate everything. Well, shit, you can't eat meat. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't celebrate a holiday. You can't be friendly with anybody. This is a capitalistic day. It's this, it's that, it's the other. Folks, I'm telling you right now, we have put ourselves into a situation where we promote more negativity, more constant down, look at how horrible we are. Everything is bad. That doesn't mean that there aren't things that are bad. It just means give it a rest for a day. Maybe give it a rest for a couple days. Let us expand our tent so that regular people, not just the hardy, hardened left, join up. Help us move the ball. Help us get a new deal. Everybody doesn't want to walk around moribund every single day of their lives. Life without any help is already hard enough. You wonder if you got bills to pay, how you're going to pay them because you don't have enough money coming in. You know, you got sick family members. You're out of vacation days at work and you got a sick child. And if that sick child needs you to stay home with them, you're not getting paid. And now another bill's not getting paid. I mean, we've got plenty, so much weighing on us that if we one-up each other in cool guy leftyism and we don't allow each other a little bit of downtime, we're never going to grow our numbers. It's just going to be a bunch of angry people that never quite make it anywhere beyond the anger zone. Fist in the air. The reality is the real world is painful enough. It should be enough to rally us together to make life better. But there are people that really want you to suffer. They want you to feel this pain. They don't want you to be happy on these days. They want to make sure that at no way, shape, or form are you able to celebrate this. That's why I say reclaim the day. Make it your own. Make it something that you're thankful for. Don't let someone else define this for you. We need downtime, folks. Every one of us needs to recharge our batteries. Some people find it's acceptable to fist in the air during the day and go out drinking all night. Look at some of the stuff going on in alternative media right now. I personally would like very much to see us as a movement embrace some joy as well in the middle of all this, so that we have something positive to attract people by, not just the fact that we're angry and we aren't going to take it anymore. Everybody's a sellout. Everybody's bad. Everybody's this, everybody's that. Take a moment to be grateful that you're alive, that you have another day ahead of you, that maybe you can make a positive change. Maybe you can help somebody. Just one day. Take a break. Think about what good can come from your existence, what good can come from the things that you want to do in life. Take a break. I'm Steve Grumbine with Real Progressives. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and don't be ashamed to say it. Bye-bye.